Now guys, why is this important? You think of other forms of wealth such as money, time, these other things that we clearly value. And as you get older in your life and as you progress, you'll find that it becomes more and more difficult to not only maintain the relationships you have, but to also create new ones. In fact, it's way easier to maintain the relationships you have because they're well-vetted people. They're people you've had around, they're easy, smooth, you know the connection you're going to have. The more difficult one is finding and connecting with new people. So how do we go about this, guys? And if you really just want to have a lot of friends and you don't care about the quality, you completely lower your standards for the people you'd like to attract in your life. They want to have that big network, the connections that rely on them, that love them. And I think an important framework to strive for is having the strong connections. So how do we go about this in the first place? You have to think about what your hobbies are, what your interests are, and you have to actually get out in the world and go to these places or events to meet the type of people that you would hope to see. You have to also think in your mind, these places or these activities may be fun, but what are the type of people that show up to these events? For example, I would go out to bars, I would go out to clubs, you have fun, you go dancing around, you might meet some absolutely great people. And I have. I've met tons of great, amazing people in these places. They have a lifestyle that perhaps isn't the most productive for themselves. Granted, you have a lot of fun, but the point being is for long-term connections, maybe this isn't the greatest place to meet people, as far as, I'm sure many relationships have come out of these type of events, but, you have to consider, is this the type of person that I'm trying to attract to? Say you meet somebody in a library or at a coffee shop. You're going to get a completely different type of person and a completely different situation to meet people in. So how do you go about creating these connections? So I've worked in hospitality and I've been face to face with customers and with different people in so many different cases. In professional settings, like perhaps maybe more of a coffee shop or a library situation, you have to care about the other person. You have to care about their experience and you have to show a genuine interest in them and what they value.